Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. Her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. With eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42, 42, 42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. Paired with a Ryzen 7800X 3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.
Hello guys, welcome to the Esports Lab Presents Showdown Series Season 6 of Valorant. It's already day number 3 and we are talking about the lower bracket, so a lot of fun is going to happen. But guys, all the action is actually powered by Crucial by Micron, and our GP partner is TEC Gaming, and our media partner is Gossip.gg. Well, it's me Raider, along with me, we do have Aggressive on the desk as well. So Aggressive, yesterday we had a lot of fun. You missed it. What about today?
Yeah, today I couldn't really miss out on this one. It's the lower brackets where, when you think about it, the fun just gets even better. Not only for one reason. Think about it. Today we got the new patch. The new patch just came out. You have cipher changes. You have all of the different iterations of Phoenix. Plus you have a new region shield. So the entire meta is going to be thrown out of the window. Anything that we do about Valorant is not going to be applicable anymore because Phoenix is now back into the meta, ladies and gentlemen. And Phoenix being in the meta means that Pearl is going to be a highly contested map. Ascent is possibly going to see the first change in its agent composition in years to come on a global scale. And I don't know, I'm very excited because Valorant has finally done something to shake up the entire meta. And I haven't even talked about how the weapons have changed. I'm pretty sure that the pistol round is going to have the biggest changes of them all. The Frenzy is now stronger than before, having 2 extra bullets, the Ghost having 2 less, and the running inaccuracy of almost every weapon has been. So overall, I would say that Valorant as a game has had its biggest shift, and that too in the middle of a very high stake.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's Showdown Series Season 6 and we get to see this kind of patch notes coming through, and there are so many changes in it. As you rightly called it out, Cypher has changed. If I'm not wrong, Cloves Reuse has got some nerfs and buffs at the same point. We have Sage also getting some buffs. So I think in Split, Sage can be absolutely a valuable asset, specifically the slow up. And even the Resurrection has been, I guess, buffed up a bit because you don't have to like go for that many ult ops as you usually were seen But anyway, guys, let's have a look at the prize pool as well so that we can have a brief idea about what the stakes are. Of course, winning and having the bragging rights of winning the season 6 is something which is obviously beneficial, but at the same point, the prize pool of 1 lakh rupees is also on the line, where the champions will be getting 50,000 rupees, the run-ups will be getting 30, and at the same point, the third place, or should I say the second runner-up team, is going to get 20,000 rupees as well. So if you finish on podium, you do have the glory and the prize pool as well.
This is going to be interesting to say the very least. So which team is going to be able to take it? Every season we kind of did have a different champion really showcase themselves, because of course the previous champions in some instances were not able to be present to defend their titles, and in some situations those previous champions have been owned as well. Every step of this entire tournament is just a lot of question marks. But at the same time, first initial map will be Asterik going up against Celestials. Of course, Asterik being one of those teams that really pushed the members of X2 to their limits on the previous matchup yesterday. You're going to be able to fill us up a little bit more about what exactly Asterik was doing in that matchup. But up against Celestials, I do think that Celestials, they have their work cut out, because Asterik is not a team to be taken lightly, and they're known to be one of the best in the entire region.
I kind of agree on that. Yeah, talking about the matchups, guys, it's Celestials who have dropped down to the lower bracket on the very first day. But then again, eventually, if you talk about their performance, they was just super amazing against their opponent. That was EXO, if I'm not wrong, and they were able to beat them with a 2-1 scoreline, which was pretty cutthroat. But finally, they are here in the lower bracket round 2, and out here they are going to have a duel with Team Asterisk. Now Asterisk is a team which was pretty phenomenal obviously in the past as well, in the few other seasons that we have seen of Showdown series, but at the same point, now that they have dropped to the lower bracket, that means the competition is going to be even more on par for Celestial Esports. And whenever you drop in the lower bracket, obviously the fight for survival is something that you're going to fight for. Your survival is something which is going to be very, very much on the line. But yes, talking about Celestial Esports, we have individuals like Bindi, 69 Gunner, Swag, Aspect, and Sinks. Well, to be honest, on day number 1, whenever we go to see the action, Swag and Sinks actually impressed a lot. 69 Gunner, he was out there. Aspect, not so much, but Bindi, no doubt, his controller abilities were absolutely amazing. So I'm looking forward to it, how they're going to put forth a fierce competition against their opponents, which is Asterisk.
You're gonna need to see how everything's gonna pan out for them, because Asterik as a team, it's gonna push the members of Celestial to their break point. If there is a chance that they're gonna be able to do it. I'm just simply talking based upon the data. Asterik just has a track record that it's gonna make you believe that they're going to win. If you were to hedge your bets on anything, if you were a gambling man, like, I'm pretty sure that you would gamble on top of Asterik just because of the results that they have put up till now in the Showdown series. Starting from the very beginning of the season, yes, their roster had a couple of small iterations and changes, but Asterik remained consistent in their performances. I do believe that in the last season they were not present, but overall, in this season they've come back with an even stronger foothold and possibly with a thirst to win out this entire game.
But honestly, their unfortunate run yesterday against Team X2 was not that formidable. We can clearly see the weakness, that we can clearly see those small points where this team went wrong. So I would love to see what Dogzer is going to do, because yesterday he was pretty much underperforming. Not even a single map was there. We got to see Dogzer doing what he usually loves to do, the chaos that he brings with that Sova. We didn't really saw that. So today is the day where he can prove the opponents wrong, and at the same point prove themselves quite worthy of being here in the competition and bringing themselves back onto the lower bracket round 3, and then so on and so forth. Obviously, because you are dropped on the lower bracket, the competition is going to be even more challenging right here. And talking about the individuals, we have Dogzer, of course, Icarus, River, Yash, and Wave. Yesterday, Yash was pretty phenomenal, honestly, because he also became the MVP of the series. But unfortunately, the team actually dropped down to the lower bracket because they were not able to stand against the team known as X-Crew. And it was a pretty intriguing battle, to be honest, between them and their opponent X-Crew on the upper bracket, because of the fact that X-Crew won the first map, and that too with a decent buffer. They were able to knife their opponents as well. That was another insult to injury. But at the same point, in the second map, Asterix decided to bring in the map of Abyss, where X2 just completely toppled down. But yeah, guys, talking about the maps, we have the map veto as well.
Yeah, Haven, Pearl, and Split getting picked up by both of these teams. A very, I would say, standardized pool now that, of course, don't forget, Phoenix is now back into the meta, and Cypher not being as strong as he used to be because of those tripwire changes. a lot of teams are going to be shifting towards a map where either the Cypher can be played a lot more for information, or those kill trips are not going to be as viable. Now, I do think that the biggest change for the map of Haven will be that Killjoy is possibly going to be replacing Cypher again on this particular map, because now I don't really see a reason to play the Cypher on this map anymore. Cypher can no longer solo hold the A side with a couple of kill trips here and there. The Sova utility is not going to be as invested anymore as it used to be, because now duelists finally have that opportunity to just solo run into the site, and if the Cypher is playing for a retake, it's a lot more safer for them to go in for a play of their own. There's a lot of different options now. So picking up the map of Haven, it's smart. And of course, stats for the nerds, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to drastically change, of course, after today's matchups and tomorrow. These agent compositions and the things that we have seen, and even the maps that are getting picked up, you can see that constant evolution. Ascent is now back towards the #1 position because, of course, teams are starting to pick up on those new compositions. Deadlock is now being introduced onto Ascent for a lot of different teams. And I'm pretty sure that at one point we might even see her in the top 5 agents.
Yeah, that's a big possibility due to the recent update, as you rightly called it out. Obviously, all of that is going to change. But talking about the maps, Abyss has come into the mix. That is pretty intriguing, to be honest, because we usually get to see Bind a lot. We usually get to see Haven, obviously Haven isn't Hoover right there. But I was expecting maybe Pearl or Split, some of those maps. Maybe it is going to change. But guys, talking about the level up leaderboard, top 3 individuals will be getting those Riot goodies, and it seems like that Ceylon is taking the 3rd spot where Caramel was already standing. But trust me, Caramel is right there in the competition, so he will once again come back. And another fact for all of you, that Caramel is the guy who has actually secured a lot of frags. He is here. Caramel was actually playing yesterday, and we got to see them just completely moving towards the upper bracket final. So it's always amazing whenever we get to see Caramel, the way he plays. Dogs are on the other corner. He's also right there on the 5th spot. Maybe they're going to take some good chances up here and eventually get their spot in the top 3. But yeah, because I'm Batman, they were on the back foot. Anyway, guys, talking about the match, because it's Haven, let's talk about the competitions as well. And so far, it seems like that there is not going to be a lot of change, except Icarus going for the Sentinel known as KJ, not going for the usual Cypher that we have seen a lot. And at the same point, aggressive no Phoenixes.
I think that people need time. Think about it. No one has scripted this.
Yeah.
Why would they try to change up their overall setup after a patch day? Yeah, Phoenix is strong, but if you haven't really used it on a scrim, all of your plans and strategies are just going to get thrown onto the wayside. I do believe that one of the bigger changes will be that Jet, like, okay, we know for a fact that Jet hasn't directly gotten nerfed, but Jet has indirectly gotten nerfed in other teams. Concusses can now stop the Jet from dashing
slower
properly.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't really know this, but there was a small line in the patch notes where concusses now slow down, or not really slow down. They cut the distance of Tailwind and the slides coming in from Neon in hand. So generally, if you get stunned at any point, or if you get displaced by maybe a Cypher tripwire or anything, you can no longer go the exact same distance with your movement ability. That will change the dynamic of how you take in.
I agree, because usually we get to see a lot of evasive maneuvers whenever some of those duelists like Neon or maybe eventually Jet gets stuck into the tripwire or gets concussed or maybe stunned from Breach's Fault Line. All of that is going to be even more tougher to deal with, because again, dash will be there, relay bolts are going to be there in order to avoid, and eventually Neon can be fast with the space. But at the same point, we need to also adhere to the fact that now that distance is going to be cut short to 50%. That means there is a good chance that the opponent, whoever has stunned you, can swing, maybe spot you, maybe put you down. That distance that you usually get to travel to completely evade all of that is not going to be there anymore. So it's always going to be fun. It's absolutely amazing the way things are going to pan out. But I'm totally waiting to see how this first map of Haven is going to get started. There you go, guys. The lower bracket round 2 action is already upon us, and Celestials versus Asterix are getting ready for the very first matchup. The only difference will be the Sentinel.
I need to see how this is going to go for them. What I do like is that the members of Celestials, they are still confident with a smile on their faces, but at the same time, that confidence needs to get backed up with proper game plans and synergies that they have built up over the last couple of days, because this is not going to be an easy game. not whatsoever. But they're gonna need to try and figure stuff out as well in the process, because we've seen that a team that does utilize this particular composition, yeah, it has its strengths, but at the same time there are other weaknesses as well that you need to think about. When you're running a jet, yeah, you have that flexibility of putting her on an operator, and that operator is going to be able to get a good amount chunk of value by holding down a particular sideline. But with the Neon, you're just a lot more how do you put it? You're a lot more explosive in your approach in towards the side. You can easily take a lot of space, and that's why we can see Neon being one of those prime candidates for a pickup compared to that jet. And it's just that dynamic now that if there is a siege on the enemy team, if there is a breach on the enemy team, it changes everything for a team's overall setup. Yeah, we are going to be coming on back over into the caster scans, ladies and gentlemen, because there was a little bit of a technical pause coming in from ASTERISK as they were trying to fix stuff up. But overall, I don't know how both of these teams are going to be playing it. A lot of
I
questions.
guess we need to figure it out along the way because of the fact that the pistol round is going to be quite dynamic right now. A lot of changes have been happening.
Is there a raid
be it
boss?
the ghost
I want
or
to
the
know.
fancy.
Is someone going to do it?
Let's see. Let's wait and watch. There's a good possibility, of course, and that's why we are expecting it to happen. But pretty soon the action will be resumed. Pistol round, equally important for both the sides, but at the same point for attackers is very, very important. They need to at least have the first 2 rounds in their favor, because we have seen a lot of struggle in the later phase from the attacking side. And even yesterday, the way ASTERISK was getting troubled in their attacking half was pretty evident.
So I did talk to a couple of players, right, from different teams. And one of the funniest strategies that they came up with is the Ovid buys 2 smokes, and then he gets himself a regenerative shield just to play around with it. But I don't think anyone's going to be doing that just yet. A couple of different changes here and there, but for the members of ASTERISK, they're just W-king their way into the side. That is not going to change for them. Wait.
Yeah.
Was that a regen shield? Nah, Wave didn't really buy into that one. God damn it. A little bit of a dream I would have is to see that regen shield really being utilized by a couple of these teams. But don't forget, the regen shield literally came out last night. I don't think any of the players were playing that dead into the night to begin with. But for ASTERISK, they don't need to play that much because their overall pistol round, as per usual, still holding down its strengths. But Celestials, they're a team that really bounce back when it comes out of the Byron. Or maybe even in the Sand.
1 round done and dusted. ASTERISK, they do have the control right now. The bonus buy is going to be equally beneficial for them. But at the same point, when it comes to Celestials, they were holding C pretty good, but the way River flood in with the play down was pretty interesting. Now with those sheriffs, there is a good chance that they might find back, and we have seen Celestials getting some good thrifty rounds in their favor. So let's have a look at that. Once again, it's a C hit. No sentinel out there. Cypher is setting up on the other angle, but the jet. Connor still waiting for the right moment. Maybe this is the fake that they're trying to sell, and indeed it is. Once again rotating back to the mids, but look at Sova and Omen. They're already deep on mid and coming back to see the angles. Oh, Sings finds one. Icarus retaliates by taking down Swag. 2 of them on B window. This is gonna be fierce. Jet goes down, there you go. Celestials now are in big trouble.
Yeah, they're dropping like flies at this stage. And at the same time, Celestials, they were able to take down the smoker from the side of ASTERISK, so a little bit of a saving grace for their sheriffs to find a lot
breach.
more 1v1s.
Regen shield.
Oh, wait, I didn't even see that. They actually bought out the regen shield, which is a good thing. Yeah, that's a good thing, right? The regen shield plus the guardian, it just gives you that extra little bit of a chunky amount of HP to play around with.
Yeah.
Let's go, Icarus.
Even Icarus.
I'm your number 1 fan now.
Icarus
okay, I want to know something.
Yeah.
Does that regen shield stay moving forward into the next round? Do you still get the exact same amount of HP? Because you don't... Okay, I didn't even think about this. Raider. If you buy the regen shield once, let's say you get hit once, your shield regenerates 25 HP. then you don't need to buy half shields anymore in the following round. You still
Exactly.
keep
Look at
that
this
Legion
river,
shield.
Icarus. Yeah, they've got those
No
25
way!
XPs in their favor.
This is how it works. It breaks the economy, Raider.
But it costs 650 creds as well, no? So there
No,
you do have a problem
you
with you.
invest into it once. Think about it. You invest into it
Yeah.
once, and you keep 25 shields moving forward into the next round as well if you don't utilize the
Yeah.
entire thing. So at the
Yeah,
end
pretty much.
of the day, you still have a half shield at all moments. For 3 rounds almost if you play it properly.
Agreed. Totally agree with your points. But right now, I really want to see how they're going to benefit with this B hit or updraft and directly on the boxes. Now waiting for the right moment to strike. Plant will happen for sure. In dark covers, there are 2 of the predators still surviving. Yash, yesterday he just was popping off like anything and he was getting so many frags in his favor. Super valuable for the team. Now let's see how effective Yash is going to be. 2 different angles to peek from. When he finds Yash. The 4 already are penetrating the side and there comes Aftershock Nano Swarms. So was Dart as well. It's just not going to be that easy to go for a defusal anymore. Look at this. So much of a util dump. No, they have to push him. They're trying to go for a defusal. 69 gonna finds 2. Icarus is gonna go and get that sneaky
Oh, the headshot in.
shot, but at the end, Sinks finds the defusal. There you go. Celestial finds their very first round. I mean, playing in that area, like just going and holding a window and putting all those utils, it was beneficial for some prime moments, but at the end, if you see the aggression that came from Celestial, the way they held up the side was even better.
Yeah, Yasha was pretty much that X factor for that entire fight. I do not know why he's tried to stay in towards the backup side with none of his teammates being close by to him. I guess he was that sacrificial lamb that they needed to possibly get a kill, but the fact that he didn't find anything really put a bit of a damper in their overall plan. His defenders, they were just able to stay calm, cool, and collected throughout the entire process. Bit of a reset now coming in for the members of ASTERISK. I'm a bit surprised, to say the very least, that Celestials,
Oh, wrong, sir.
for now, are already going to be trying to take a behind head. Vinny missed out on a very key opportunity there, Yash.
Playing back of the site, patiently waiting for his opponents to come through. But Icarus, as always, with the Guardian, fighting with the Sentinel. Let's see, find some valuable picks. So far, it feels like that it's a duel which is pretty necessary for the other side, to be honest. Aspect finds one valuable, but there you go, a flashpoint to reward it all. Sinks, he's fighting back. Plant has happened. This guy was able to secure the defusal in the last round. Is he going to do it again? And Aftershock, it's going to hurt him. And finally, Icarus wraps him from the garage and puts him to sleep. There you go. 3, 2, 1. Asterix finds their way back.
This was a little bit of a mishap coming in from Mindy. Mindy as a player, he always has phenomenal performances, but a little bit of a slow start coming out from him on this first initial instance here. Asterisk just given a lot of different opportunities to do whatever the hell they want to take over the B side. For Celestials, they need to be a little bit more aggressive in their overall approach because their slow and systematic plays are not really working in the way that you would expect it. A couple of Legion fields are actually being brought out here with Aspect. Going the first, dash across over towards the opposite side. Good amount of timing, and this is beautiful. He isolated the fight gorgeously. The smoke was done in the perfect angle as well, so that the player that was standing at the side of the platform couldn't really help out his teammates that were on the opposite side of the smoke.
Got 2. He got 2 of the frags, so they are now the Mayor Sheriff when he is out there. But the all drone, will he get some info? No. Soba, Dogzer, should have checked it. Apart from that, from CD Spawn, through the dark covers, the Cypher is also looking forward to find some picks. I think exit frags is the only thing that they're eyeing for. Going for the postman is not going to be easy. It dropped, gave up the audio cue. Dogzer finds it. It is down. Aspect becomes the last man standing. Are they going to just trace him, put him down or not? Let's just wait and watch. They can. They do have 4 individuals with Vandals in their hands, and this guy is saving a Vandal as well. Sova, Dogzer. Brilliant! What?
Oh, they're having a very slow
Things that are
start
not
there.
expected.
Yeah, they're having a slow start today. The Doxture, I think he heard your words from yesterday later because now he's really turning up the heat. He's getting his shots and he's getting a lot of his frags for his team.
Yeah.
And it's very crucial too because honestly, I would say that from every single player from Asterisk, Doxer's kind of that backbone for the team because as soon as he starts fragging, you know that the entire team's having a good day. Yash has phenomenal performances and Icarus is very consistent, but Doxer is one of those players that if he is performing, you know for a fact that Asterisk has the highest possibility of winning in a fight.
Yeah, you do get that
an
additional
entire
value
unit.
that Initiator and Duelist, both of them are popping off and they're getting some good value. So I do agree on that point. Yeah, go on.
Back row aspect. Yeah, this is a problem. You can't really play Cypher on this position anymore. Even if they get caught by the tripwire, it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. Hunter's Fury now being utilized by the defenders. One person did have to die for it. That's a Rolling Thunder now off the table here. But with the retake now soon to be imminent, not really a lot of utility in the hands of Celestials, but I think that's going to be fine because they have the man advantage. Never mind. I take it back. Good God, Yash.
Beautiful. A 2v5 to be honest. Yash and Wave. You guys should have watched what Wave did yesterday in Abyss. I mean, this guy was just so amazing. You talk about Doxer, should have seen what Wave can do. I duly believe that whenever the team requires and eventually wants someone else to step up, Wave is the guy who can do it. Played Astra on the Abyss and he was just super amazing. Got a lot of rounds against XQ and he was just so amazing to be honest. I really want to see once again him popping off, getting some good value for the team. And honestly, he is already doing that. But at the same point, 5-1. Celestials, can they find their ground? Once again, this Recon will not give up a lot of info. But the only guy, the Sentinel, Cypher, needs to evacuate. Look at it. A backstab is coming, but turret is right there in order to check on it.
No real care in the entire world. Wave just teleports his way into the site, knowing that as the Cypher, he's not going to be playing inside of the site anymore. And this is another key problem too, that Cyphers can't really actively play for kill trips, so they need to be a lot more resourceful in the way that they utilize their trips for information. Not to go in for spam.
Beautiful.
Fast flank Gunner! Utilizing the place to its fullest! A triple kill to his name, Gunner! He's gunning for the win here, that is for certain! But River, he has something else to say about it. Aspect comes in for the big save right at the very end to make sure his buddies are safe. And the Celestials with the perfect flank. Gunner? What the hell was that?
That was just some high stake
Actual
battle,
legend
honestly.
in the making.
Yeah. The way he played, look at this. Got one down on A main, then shot, and after that, one more! And that was Yash. Beautiful play coming in from his corner. It took a rolling thunder just to put him down. That is amazing. 2-5. We talked about this, the difference was getting too high. And obviously when it comes to a map like Haven, which is a triple-sided map, the attackers do get an advantage, but still, more than 5 rounds or 6 rounds is definitely something that you are going to, I guess, pray for from the sides of attackers. They would love to have more than 5 or 6 rounds in their favor. Can they? That's a big question. Right now they are trying to hit C. Cypher is right there with the trips. Oh, the tripwire is broken. It's only the spike aim that is available. They're going to fully push in, pressurize their opponents, get the plan done. And then from there, a post-plan scenario for long is going to be there. Attackers KJ, a lockdown has been appointed as well. That shock dart might not find something. Yeah, it did. There are 4 ultimates that are online. One of them is already utilized, but 3 more. That Hunter's Fury can be easily a pretty beneficial ultimate for the post-plan scenario.
I need to wait and see how hard this is going to be going now. Win steady, wins the race for them, but Yash, he's not giving an inch of space away. Tailwind also utilized by the defenders. They don't have a chance in L to go in for anything like this. Go for the full-on save, but look at Icarus. Icarus's positioning is perfect all the way through Garage. A free kill for him, maybe, but Icarus just turns around at the very last second. Swag's going to be able to come alive for 2. Now Icarus, he's trying to hunt down this operator. As long as they're able to find that, this will be perfect. But Gunner is not gonna be giving anything up for free. Takes one more with him. 2-6. Celestials, they lose the round, but at least they keep the operator in their belts. One weapon's gonna cause a little bit of problems for ASTERISK, but at the same time, from what we have seen, they don't really care about this operator that much. If they're able to get a step up for positioning, they're gonna be able to make an instant rotation because of the map control that they have.
Beautiful play coming in from the sides of ASTERISK. Every single round that they're losing, they're bringing 2 more. Got it. Oh, the player has been spotted in section. I'm gonna find some value, but instantaneously gets traded off. Yash once again fights back. But it's a 4v4 battle. Both the initiators are still surviving. They do have a Bleedstorm to work with. Beautiful. Bendy. Sprayed it along. Utilize the short strap to just completely evacuate. That's a valuable pick because now that the smokes are out, entry for ASTERISK is going to be very challenging. Yeah, they can utilize that cloud burst. That's all. But so far it seems like that hitting B might not be the wisest choice from the sides of ASTERISK.
Right there. That's not ready. Revealing area.
We're gonna need to wait and see how this is gonna be going on now. Celestials, a little bit of a significant advantage. Trying to go in for that fight. Yash dashes across. Needs to worry a little bit more about the utility. No real flashes to give him an opening over towards the back end of the side. He still hasn't cleared it out. Yash and Doxer, they have the timings, they have the bullets to make it work, but Bindi and his ultra instinct movement. It's so hard to try and pin down. River has the timing and the flash to play with. He just needs a bit of information. Beautiful. He's going to be able to fight it. 6 on the flash. He's going to be able to dodge it. But up against River, it is not going to be enough. The man creates a tsunami. 2-7. As ASTERISK, they hold down strong, keeping the lead and keeping the advantage. This is the team that we know and love, ladies and gentlemen. Team that pushed X-Ru over to its limit, but Celestials, being the new guns here, they are playing it quite well. They're bringing it down to the wire, and it's individual brilliances that are differentiating both of these teams, and they need to try to figure out how to close that gap soon, because the rounds are slipping away.
Well, it's just 3 more rounds for the first half. 7-2 is already the scoreline. They will be ideally looking forward to close it off with a 10-2. Dogs are fine, 69 gunner. It's economical buy. There you go. Wave through the dark covers. Finds one more. A beautiful headshot being connected. But out here, Swag is going to hunt down Yash. Doxer retaliates by taking down Swag as well. A 2v4. Both of the lads have got the ultimates. But look at this aspect. Easy peasy. Gets shot down. Bendy becomes the last man standing. He's out there on Link. Has got a Bulldog to work with. Can go for a save. But wants to fight. At least the flag is more than welcome. And he do get it. Gets 1 value, gets 2! No. River and Dogs, both of them have been taken away. Can go for a Vandal and just save it. And he wants to fight. Interesting. But that Nano Swarm will be more than enough. Icarus. Beautiful.
Yeah, I love the fact that ASTERISK has a team, right? They have that protocol. Okay, if 2 players die, I will immediately run away. I'm not going to fight that guy. And Icarus just always has that perfect backup plan ready that just in case my teammates die trying to thirst a player, I'm going to be able to anchor for my team. These kind of short protocols and adaptations are not really something that a lot of teams have, but members of ASTERISK, one of their biggest strengths. For now, though, 2-8, possibly a 2-10 scoreline soon. We need to try and watch this. How this is going to try to go in for a hit. Perfect on the lineup. They're going to be able to catch out any of the players that were trying to run away from the seaside. But overall, gosh, a little bit dangerous on the positioning. If he does get caught out by spam, it is not going to end well for him.
And Alron, Sinks wants to get the info. But no, these random shots might just find Yash. But he evacuates. Icarus on the other corner. Completely disrupts the flank that was there from Garage. 3v5. Highly improbable to win. Bendy. They won't get anything this time. Sinks is trying to run away. Will be getting bombarded from every different corner. Flawless is what the statement is. 9-2. River again with the 3K and saves the day for the team. Beautiful play coming in from Asterix and Celestial. Seems like that these new guns do not have anything to offer. They're just being puzzled at this point. But here comes a tactical timeout in order to just bring in that 9-3 curse.
I mean, possibly because they do have the Rolling Thunder to play around with, but even then, with the Rolling Thunder, you have to worry about the one that could be coming in from your opponents, and knowing River and knowing what the members of Asterisk have been doing, they don't really need the Rolling Thunder to go in for a full scale execute because of how their utility is being utilized. This is going to add a lot of difficulty to what the members of Celestials are trying to achieve. Simplicity is not going to be the name of the game, but at the same time, unless a proper game plan is established by Celestials right here and right now, and a couple of good protocols as well for the attack side, one round is going to make it or break it for them. And even after they win this round, they have to think about how to win the pistol round as well. Because pistol rounds on Haven, it's not that simple because, yeah, maybe you have the team chemistry to just run in and be able to take victory, but at other
No more
instances,
charges left.
it won't be that simple.
Yeah, it's not going to be that easy as you rightly called it out. But yeah, there is one thing that the attackers can do is basically hit a particular side because obviously it's a triple-sided map. So maybe the opponents are going to be bifurcated. But Wave, Yash, what? Hello? They started popping off and they put down their alter egos. Aspect on the other corner. A river has been taken away. That's beautiful. Yash still activated with the blade storm. Gets spotted. Will be quick on his feet. Evacuates. It's a 3v4 battle. Defenders pretty confused right now that which side it's going to be a hit. But it's an A hit. Sings. Will he get a value?
Scanning
He
ahead.
did get it.
Wait and see how this is gonna be going. Yash is just running things down. Uses the right click to go for the finisher. Aspect though, still holding down the line, but not for long because Wave comes in as the equalizer. The anchors and the backbones for the team of Asterix. They are always there when you need them. That's the face of consistency when you think about it.
Yeah.
Celestials though, they're left scratching their heads. 2-10 on the scorecards. This is not where you want to end up, Raider. Not at all.
For now, it seems like that this 10-2 scoreline is something which is going to be a very beneficial scoreline for the sides of Asterix. And for Celestials, obviously, winning that pistol round is going to be the only goal. If they lose, I think 11-2 could be inevitably be changed to 12-2 as well. Or they can actually go for a force buy in the next round where Singers, Victors, all of that might just save the day. But for now, let's dive into the action, guys. Second half already getting started. Celestials on the attacking end. What are they going to approach for? Celestials against their opponents, like if I talk about Exo, they were selling a lot of fakes against them. This is something that Celestial is going to explore once again. No, Yash finds a valuable one, but as you can see, the update, it is working, guys. Jet wanted to just dash away. Did not happen. He was stuck midway.
One enemy remaining.
Talking about a couple of fights from the opposite side. Aspect and Bindi still alive and kicking for that one. They're going to be able to stabilize things out. Get the couple of kills that they need. And River, he needs some information. Probably can hear the footsteps as they're running in towards the sideline. You heard them out. He's going to be able to beat the timing, possibly. But no, the smokes are going to cover his entry path. And this is going to be an issue. Push out, and Bindi is just ready for it. The walkout from the smoke could have worked if he was able to beat the timing, but River with no read, he couldn't really risk for anything here. Perfectly done coming in from the members of Celestial, punishing the over-aggressive plays from the members of Asterisk, and being able to take this first round. Possibly this round win will change how they move forward here as well. Because for them, anything goes, because even a one-round loss goes to their entire team morale just being brought down.
18 rounds done. We already have a double digit coming in from a side. The mental pressure is going to be up high on these attackers, but right now winning the pistol round was the aim and they have got that control in their favor. Now, would love to see what Asterix is going to do in order to win a Thrifty. Last six in the hand, Wave, if you peek, you are going to go down, but he gets the info. Aspect, the Sentinel, out here in the attacker side spawn, waiting for the fight to happen.
My ult's not
This is
ready.
going to be
Right here.
interesting. Oxo, a trip is going to swap you, buddy. Gets the info. Could be a A hit. Yeah, they are approaching the A side. Team Celestials. Cam has been broken away. Two of them are going to swing. It's a Marshall that is working against him. And now the classic. Again, the damage is there. But that half shield with a Bulldog, it's not going to be easy to put down this Sentinel.
No. With the entire side now being taken over.
Look at that.
Aspect. He's waiting to just catch out player after player. Yash with the Marshall still being a menace to society, but that's just one kill. He's going to be able to retreat Bulldog, possibly going in for a save, but even then, I don't think he's going to do something like that. Dealing as much damage to your opponents is just so much more crucial when it comes down to these rounds. To survive here, River wasting as much time as he possibly can, stuns across. Trying to find another catch, Bindi. It's another kill for his own. With the stuns now working in their favor. As long as River is just able to live and maybe bail out a couple more players, it would be perfect, but no one really wants to fight him, and River gets a free death towards the spike. But even then, I do believe that if River just died to his opponents, he would be one step closer to that Rolling Thunder, considering how many kills did happen for.
Stay taut as a bowstring. The fight demands it.
Bonus buy is over. A full buy coming in from the sides of Asterix now. Real trouble will rise. And as we have seen, Celestials against Team Exo, they are following the same pattern. In maps like Haven, they are trying to sell a lot of fakes, trying to diverse themselves, making sure that the backsteps are going to work from the opponent's side. It's a good approach, but at the end, once Asterix gets the gist of it, they can easily put them down because pattern gets pretty much predictable. Flashpoint could be a C hit, but look at this. Yash has already over-aggressed. He is pushing right there in the mid. But backs out. Has got a region shield. Let's see how much of a benefit it is going to bring to the table. Just behind the box, there is a player, Yash. Odds one will be getting confused between two targets. Aspect and Swag will be getting two of the frags. Dogs or Yash, both of them are down. No, man, this is not looking good. A full buy round. Getting away from the hands. But here's Wave. Once again pulling through for the team. Just like yesterday.
How much can he pull through in a situation like this is the real question.
Okay.
Nowhere near the position, Icarus. He's got a bit of a timing that he can play with, but it all depends on the positioning! Icarus! The poor guy. Can't really do much. Swag came in so late. Swag was just waiting on the angle. He didn't even peek.
One enemy
Heaven's
remaining.
Hope disappearing in the worst possible time, but never mind. Wave! He might have an opportunity. Reach ultimate, still nowhere to be found. Smoke still in hand. And with that Swag, he's gonna swing across, but Wave! He's gonna pull off a miracle! Raider! Your prayers have been answered! Because Wave,
Oh my god.
he's stepping up to the plate.
I was already impressed when he got that shot on Sova. But after that, if you see on Link, the way he performed, beautiful. This is the first frag from Wave. Bit of a timing out here. Icarus was waiting for the best benefit. He was trying to get two frags, but look at this one. The way he was able to find Hindi in a random pre-fire. That was amazing. Just judge the idea where the player is going to come out of, and then again got in with a pre-fire. Beautiful, beautiful round coming in from the sides of Asterix. I mean, it was almost out of the hand. But a 1v4 being pulled off from the sides of Wave. Oh my god, what a beautiful match. Beautiful matchup coming in. Now the question is, after this tactical timeout, what is something different that is being cooked from the sides of Team Celestials? Because honestly, for their bonus buy round, I think this was a good round. They were about to go for a plant. They did go for a plant. But then finally they faltered down. 4-11, not the ideal scoreline that Celestials would be eyeing for. But from here, Celestial is also going to have a decent buy. Asterix already do have a decent buy. It's going to be a good fierce round up next because either it's a match point or it's a comeback coming in from the sides of Celestials.
I need to try and play this through. One round away from getting what's that finished. But with Sinks,
Scanning ahead.
I have to say that the members of Celestial, they look to be a little bit more lost when it comes down to having an advantage. Whenever they're able to establish an advantage, that's when the team just really can't rally behind one another, turn things around. Seems to be a recurring theme over and over again. Yash, he's gonna be the opener for it all. Beautiful for the first kill. Gunner is gonna be able to answer back, but Icarus is just taking fights in kind. River catching Gunner right in the back of the head. That dash is not gonna get you anywhere as long as those sprays connect. With the amount of space being established by ASTERISK, look at where they are. They already know where the players are being corralled into. They only have one place that they can go, and Sinks could be running into the boogeyman. Straight into the open jaws of hell. On both sides, it's not going to be that simple because Icarus, he has the timing, he has the angle, and Sinks, as soon as he peeks in, he's possibly going to die. But Icarus, as long as he's able to waste time, his teammates are going to be able to come back and capitalize.
30 seconds left.
Reveal from the three-con. Beautiful ball bangable headshots coming through. Windy finds Yash as well. It is down to the last two individuals from the sides of Team ASTERISK, and they are trying to right now wrap him. But it's a C hit. It's going to be an easy plan. Nobody is right here to stop him. 14 more seconds was left. That was a unnecessary step that has been taken away. From Garage, there could be a push. Now the players are marching in. It's a 1v2. They could line up the shots or they can play strategically. Let's see what they're trying to do. Dark covers just to come out of the Garage. River. Indy in the back. A fault line, and this could be it. There you go. Easy. What? Has no idea. What? Hello?
Not
Indy?
easy.
Wave wants to be the ninja. He can go for the diffusal, but no. Hands up right. Is he going to find the value? No, not this time. Not this time. Bendy gets a 3k. A clutch of his own. Celestial fights back. As I said, this could be a round which is going to be a comeback or a match point. So it's not a match point anymore.
He had to risk it. But the pros don't fake mentality just didn't work in the mind of Wave at that point. He expected Bindi to just jump in with a shorty or something, but cool, calm, and collected, Bindi. You can tell that he is a gambling man for certain. 11-5, ladies and gentlemen, as ASTERISK. They're close to the finish line, but I don't think that the members of Celestials, they're ready to give anything away. Yash just comes in with a Blade Storm. So steady with his aim as well. Being able to find multiple. They're waiting to find any form of sound that they can get. A little bit of a knife here up close and personal. Gunner does have the region shield to play with. As they're just gonna need to try and hold. 2 for 2, never mind. Yash gets his third. And now Gunner needs to be the last one remaining for it all. Yash in the perfect position. As long as he's holding in the top angle, it's going to be difficult to try and bait him out of here. But Yash with a Blade Storm. The beauty of this guy's aim knows no bounds. And a thrifty round indeed for the members of ASTERISK to get over to 12. Match point, ladies and gentlemen, for the first initial map of Haven. Will ASTERISK be able to finish it? Or will Celestials still have a little bit more fight left in them to possibly push it on to over?
Gonna try his level best. Look at him. At the end, Yash, just the better one. With the wins.
Right here.
Floating around, getting the values. A 4k with the Blade Storm. Super amazing. Now Yash. A Blade Storm in reciprocation. Will he find some value? No, not at all. Sinks finds River. Yash and Dogzer. They're getting some high value frags. Oh my god, swag is down. This could be it, guys. A 2v5, a 1v4 is near impossible, but he is still surviving. 1 HP, Yash. What is he gonna do? The ultimate is to confuse. Goes in for the plant. This could backfire. This could backfire. Look at this. From CT spawn, there's another Omen. That's Wave. Just holding that angle, and they now know that it's a A-link where the player has been pinned. Yash, 1 HP. Is he going to find a 1 HP clutch? No, it's going to be Wave to nail the final shot, and with that, it's 13-5. ASTERISK wins their very first matchup in the lower bracket round 2. And they are now one step closer to getting their spot in the lower bracket round 3. Celestials could be a 2-0 But what a beautiful matchup from their sides as well.
Celestials, they played their hearts out, but up against ASTERISK, it's not going to be that easy. This is a team that really know what the protocols are going to be looking like, and they are constantly going to be building upon that margin at every turn. Everyone on the team just had that proper synergy going for themselves, and even if they were not able to win on previous seasons, this season their team looks to be stronger than ever. They lost against X-Crew, yes, but don't forget X-Crew are the defending champions from the last season, so they're gunning for the number one position. They put in the hours, they put in the effort to make sure that that ragtag group of friends are now one of the rising stars in the entire region. But overall, I would say that map number 1 just painted a little bit of a better picture in our minds, that there's a gap between the overall aim sense from both of these teams. I would say aim-wise, all of these players, they're on par with one another. They can win duels. We saw Gunner just pull off miracles with his own Blade Storm, and Yash did exactly the same. But the thing is, it's a matter of consistency of how the players are playing together as a team. I see the buddy system being well done, like being done even better in comparison to the members of Celestials, because in Celestials, I constantly keep seeing the Breach and the Jet not really have the proper unison of utility, while on the opposite side, we have River and Yash constantly utilizing their utility in proper synchronization with them. There's no overlap in what should be used and what should not be used. That's what's differentiating both of these teams, and hopefully as we go into the map of Pearl, we're not going to see something like that, because on Pearl, map control is paramount. And if you do not know how to build proper map control, plus with the possibility of Phoenix also being in the picture, you don't really know what's going to happen on Pearl, because that's where the meta is going to shift the biggest.
I agree, because due to these patches, due to these changes, obviously we have seen a lot of shift in the meta, and eventually the players have adopted themselves along the way. But I totally agree with your point that the adaptation or synergy issues that are coming in from the sides of Celestials were pretty evident. A lot of times we got to see the Flashpoints flashing their own teammates, and eventually if you talk about a Jet and that Breach combination, never really worked out for them as well. And having a Sentinel, which is Cypher again, that was a bit iffy for me. And eventually if you talk about the first half, never really we got to see Cypher getting a lot of value. Let's have a look at the crucial moments as well, guys, so that we can see how it all started once again for brief. Celestials, they were very, very good, but at the end, ASTERISK were able to nail their first round.
Yeah, they were just really starting things off with the shebang, though, and you already know that too. They only fumbled a little bit when it came down to their own bonus buy, but that's completely fine, because the way that they were able to utilize the Guardian, the cool, calm, collected nature of the team, the map control that they had, is what differentiated both of these squads. They just had much more optimum reads at the end of the day. And yeah, we saw flashes of brilliance come through from the members of Celestial, but they, in a way, a lot of the stuff that they did happened because of accidents, and it didn't really feel as intentional as it should have. You could see that the members of ASTERISK, they were moving around the map with a plan, but Celestials, they didn't really move in on that same boat. And unless we see a proper plan that they're going to execute together as a whole unit on the map of the world, that storyline that we built here might just keep on continuing. Even if, like, you have to remember, even if one of your players do die out, you always have that backup plan that, okay, I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be doing that. Maybe we can take this part of the map for ourselves. Maybe if we want to push into B, we need to take over this portion of mid first so that we take out. There needs to be a proper plan like that built into the team for those mid, because that's where the members of the are struggling.
It's going to be very challenging for the Pearl. And obviously Celestials, now that they are on the back foot, they need to find their way back into the picture. Talking about these crucial moments, and in a lot of moments we got to see a lot of trade fire being built up. This particular round was pretty amazing from the sides of Windy as well, and honestly from the sides of Team Celestials, Windy is the one who really popped off today. Look at Yash. Every single time whenever we got to see the Blade Storm, he was effective, he was valuable. Gunner on the other corner, definitely amazing individual. 3Ks in a lot of rounds, 4Ks in a lot of rounds, but then again, whenever you talk about summing up a particular round, it never really happened from Yash's side, from the Gunner side, sorry. Yash on the other corner is going to become the MVP with a 354 ACS, 23 kills, 14 deaths, and just 3 assists as well. I mean, it's a duelist. You don't really need a lot of assists from his corner. And if you talk about the assists, guys, look at Wave. Look at what River did. And Dogster. Beautiful play from their corner as well. And in just 18 rounds, we have a conclusion that the very first map of this lower bracket round 2 between Celestial and ASTERISK will go in the favor of ASTERISK.
Yeah, ASTERISK and their raw potential. It's very hard to rival this particular team, especially when you have a superstar like Yash on this team. All these players, they played their hearts out, and that's kind of the thing. Look at the consistency of the scorecard as well. Wave with 10, Icarus with 13, River with 12, Doctor with 11. All of the supports that are built around Yash, they played wonderfully. They made sure that Yash had the best and optimum setup throughout all of his plays. The recon bolts coming in from Doctor, they were clutch in every regard. They either forced the attention away from Yash in some instances, or Doctor was just a pure anchor, sitting on a side, waiting for them to make that first move. And you could tell that, yes, there were certain situations where Celestial really did try to break through the defense line of ASTERISK, but it just didn't work because players like Doxer were always present on those weak points, ready to pounce on any enemy that walked into his space.
Yeah, precisely. Trade fire. That's what I'm trying to tell. That always there was a trade fire. Always there were some angles that were being checked up by the sides of ASTERISK, and the way they lost yesterday against X2 was the same reason. Because those trade fires were not being dealt and those corners were not being checked. But Yash, as usual, always being the MVP for the team. MVP of the map is going to be Yash for sure, with a damage of more than 4,000. 4 first kills as well delivered, and a headshot percentage of 20%. That's a good one. Of course, now the only question is, now the only ask from this team is going to be that they need to continue their reign of terror in the next map of Pearl as well, so that they can be the team qualifying for the lower bracket round 3. Let's wait and watch if that's going to happen. But so far, it looks like Yash and his charade is looking absolutely amazing. The way they have been fighting, the way they have been pulling the strings is absolutely amazing. Because in every single nook and cranny, you can see there was always a trade fire being built in. Usage of util was pretty on par. And region shields, all thanks to them, we got to see them also in action.
Absolutely. A lot of the changes that did happen are yet to be explored, and I do believe that on the map of Pearl, we're going to be able to see everything happen. Possibly a stage as well, because a lot of people are planning that stage on that particular map. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be jumping onto a very short little break here, because we have to set up everything for the map of Pearl. Make sure to check out all the links down below in the description, as we have a short word. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, for the map of Pearl of the CELESTIAL Showdown Series Season 6 Valorant, powered by Crucial by Macron, with the trade partners Zotac Gaming and media partners Gossip.gg. Now, this best of 3 has been a little bit, I would say, dicey for the members of Team Celestial. They haven't really been able to perform to the best of their calibers just yet. Of course, it's map number 1. We are not really going to write off a team just yet. We need to wait and see what they're really going to be capable of on down the line as you give them a better opportunity, maybe a different map. And what is good map? That's not gonna be Pearl, because honestly, with all of the different changes that the game has added into, the Phoenix changes, the way that slows now behave, the way that concusses now work, the way that Neon might just get completely butchered, suited up in the following patch, everything's coming into play. And with Phoenix now being the new hottest thing, literally and figuratively,
Yeah.
what are we gonna do? This map pretty much is gonna settle the debts for everyone.
I think it's a bit early, to be honest, because even in the first map we didn't got to see a lot of meta changes, specifically when it comes to the agents. So maybe in this one also we are not going to see Phoenix. Sage is something which people prefer a lot when it comes to Pearl, in order to block off the mid or maybe eventually go for the plant as well, even in the post-match scenario. All of that can be beneficial. So maybe Sage is something that we are going to see. Phoenix, don't know about Phoenix, but yes, there is something that we are for sure going to see, and that is the Ghost and Frenzy buff and nerfs that are going to be there in the game.
Absolutely. Frenzy, I don't think it's gonna get picked up onto this particular map, but at the same
There's
time,
a Neon,
again,
maybe.
we as a Neon, yeah, there's a high chance. Like, I still remember that there was a time where I'm talking about the old Frenzy, right, when it still costed cost a little bit less on exactly 400, that everyone used to just pick up the Frenzy, run it down mid on Ascend, and then just brute force their way in towards market, just running and gunning everyone. There was a point where the Frenzy was this powerful, and you really couldn't do anything to stop it in those early pistol rounds. And that meta might as well be back, because those 2 extra bullets, yeah, it might not look like much, but think about it. With no other gun being able to run and gun, and with the close range proximity of the Frenzy being that potent and powerful, maps like Scent, Bind, and Haven to a certain degree, we'll see a shift in that overall pistol round meta as people start to really pick up on what these changes actually mean.
I think it's going to be very important to see how that happens, and the most important thing right now in this BO3 is going to be how Celestial is going to find their way back into the picture, because they have struggled. The struggle was quite evident. Lack of util and the lack of composure with that util from a duelist perspective was pretty clear. Gunnar on himself was pretty amazing, no doubt in that. Whenever the Blaze Storm comes, whenever those individual fights were there, he was just super amazing. But when it comes to that team composition, that's exactly where they went wrong. But let's have a look at the map veto is not map veto, but the agent select, to be honest, because the map veto has already told us that it's Pearl where these 2 teams are going to fight, and the defenders for this map for the first half is going to be Team Asterix. They are at a decent spot, honestly, when it comes to Pearl. Attackers, they do have a lot of space to roam around mid, A and B, but still at the same point, getting an entry is just not that easy.
Simplicity is never the name of the game whenever you're playing the game of Valorant. There always has to be something that you need to fight for. For these teams, I know that very well, but at the same time, no real changes in towards the meta either. It seems as though ASTERISK are going to be sticking to their guns and not really trying anything new. Wave possibly trying to poke around here, make fun of us, but I don't think both could be a possibility. Wave, he's teasing me. I'm pretty sure he's watching the stream. He knows how much I want the Phoenix, so he has to press my buttons just a tiny bit here. Never mind, he's not actually
serious,
pressing
bro.
my buttons. He's serious about it. Let's go, Wave. We resonate with one another.
Wow. A Jet, a Phoenix, a Sova to get the info, and a Clove. I was expecting that, but eventually it's a Astra, River. Interesting. Now that agent select looks absolutely amazing. From Defender's perspective, Asterix locking in 2 duelists right now for the first half. I don't know where it's going to go, but bringing in the Phoenix, I think, yes, they're going to test the waters now.
Absolutely. And honestly, I would say that Phoenix has its strengths, but at the same time, I would like to see Phoenix being paired up with Neon instead of that Jet, because there's a lot of different things that Neon can do, because normally with a jet, the thing that you have to do is throw your curveball out, have that jet instantly dash in behind the curveball so that you can at least utilize that curveball even better than the Phoenix could. But then again, let's say if you did that with the Neon, Neon can even kill people mid-slide. So as that flash is popping around the corner, you can slide and instantaneously get a kill. There's a lot of different things that you can do with Neon and Neon and Phoenix based composition that the jet just doesn't really bring that same flavor on.
Alright, let's have a look at what Celestial is going to offer. A Viper, Astra, KJ, Fade, and a Jet. Interesting compositions. Match has been started. A curveball without any investment right now. You do get the curveball as the I'm going to fade right. Hands being utilized in order to bring that HP back. He is crossing and he is trying to go through the wooden door towards the ramps. The doors being contested. There is nobody really who is challenging him right now. But there's a pull coming in. Oh, actually, it's a Nebula. Oh my god. Wave gets taken away. 2 different targets to hit on. And Wave is down. 1 down, 4 more to go.
Risky coming in through Wave. He didn't really have anyone either. Try and play into this one. I like the fact that Celestials, they're showcasing a lot more respect in this particular map, and they're taking things slow. Doing it one step at a time. No form of risk whatsoever is what's going to give them that slight bit of an edge to really play their game properly. As for now, Icarus is waiting on the back of side for the one opportunity that would be given to him. Doesn't really have a ghost to go in for any form of wall bangs, but he can deal some damage with his team if he wants to. One player already spotted. Swag can't really get out of the site anymore. With that, the retake will initiate, but the retake already fell through before it even began. Poor old Yash doesn't even have bullets to try anything here.
Oh my god.
He's gonna get knifed out by Swag at the end of the day. Asterisk, rough start for them, but for Celestials, this was the best thing that they could have asked for.
Honestly, this is not good for Asterisk. They have played the competition for 2 days and every single day they have been knifed. Yesterday by Team X2 and today it's Team Celestial. I think that is just going to wake some other spirit in them. They're going to pop off. But obviously that combination of having a Phoenix and Jet, maybe on attack rounds we'll get to see that being effective, but for now on defense, of course, that's why I was pretty much questioning that how is it going to be effective for the first 12 rounds. If you do have a big lead in the first 12 rounds, then obviously it's going to be beneficial for them. Small tech pause for now. We'll give both the teams enough time to plan plot. To be honest, the necessity for some planning, some good execution is there for Asterisk, because the way they faltered down 1 by 1 against their opponent, it was not the ideal stuff to happen.
No
hope
charges left.
that the comeback will be there
No charges
inside
left.
of Team Asterisk. Some marshals, obviously in map of Pearl, those marshals can be very beneficial, specifically for the B side, because on B long you do have that chance to utilize those one-tap shots coming in from those marshals. At the same point, when it comes to A, there you do have some close range action happening. But anyway, guys, the take pose is done and we are back into the action. Just 3 more seconds, we'll be back into the picture. Barriers will go off. There you go. On mid, KJ setting up the turret. Viper's wall. The toxic screen has been appointed as well. Marshall in the hand. Dogzer, the hunter, might find some value. Yash also playing right over there with the Marshall. And in these long ranges, I don't know how valuable they are going to be. But there you go. They find one. Gunner super low.
Depends on if Yash is going to be able to hit the shot, though. All dependent on that one aspect, but old Yash doesn't really find the opening that he needs to. Even the Dogster gave him a little bit of damage to play with, just was not enough. He needs to make an instantaneous rotation over towards the opposite side. Everyone is now stacked here. Members of Celestial, they can't risk it just yet. Good spam here already. Early on the cross, but the timing not working in the hands of Dogster. He opted for a reload in the worst possible time. Got another kill, but that slipped away for him completely. Swag looking for even more here. River doesn't have the weapon to take that duel. And now they're just stuck. What is the game plan and how are the members of Celestial going to try and counteract on their own? Utility now being thrown out. Wave is going to be able to turn around at the very last second, but the Thing is, his position's gone. He can no longer fight into this.
Revealing area.
Fade, but no swag.
10 seconds left.
Finds a wall bankable headshot right on the cranium. 2v4.
Last
Pull
player
off.
standing.
Bit difficult. Yeah. All they can do is just damage the economy, but that is something which is also out of question right now. As all the individuals will fall one by one. Just like that. It was just Yash who was able to get a frag, I believe. Yash or Dogzer. Dogzer was the one who actually got Gunner out. So that's okay. That's good. But here comes a tactical timeout. Interesting. Things are working out for them. But they do know that it's basically a bonus bite that they're going to fight with, and the opponents will be having those beautiful Vandals, maybe Bulldogs if economy is a bit crippled. But yeah, for Asterisk, situation will be a little bit better in this third round. From here, they need to find a comeback. Otherwise, world won't be a happy place for them.
It'll be tough, but at the same time, it all fall into that proper mindset too. Maybe with the pause now being taken too. I do believe that this is a pause being taken by the members of Celestial, so what exactly is going on through their minds? Yeah, that last one was a little bit shaky, but we need to make sure that the direction is done proper. All tad bits of information being given out without any real consequence towards the defenders is going to start adding up quite a bit moving on down the line. It's Asterix now. They do have weapons in their hands, but I'm still yet to see a proper coordinated play coming through from the Jet and the Phoenix. If they're able to do it properly with each other, yeah, this is the play that I was hoping for. Both of the duelists sticking together and the Phoenix acting like a pseudo-initiator. That will change how the tides of this battle work.
One down, instantly uses the curveball to evade, back out a bit. Sinks, he's pushing in. Usually we have seen Sinks playing a lot of initiator, but right now switching to a controller. That's a big decision. Could change everything. Or it could just backfire. Alarm bot gains the info. They do know that their opponents are already reaching in from tiles. Backing out once again, pushing in the mid. Curveball just to block off the entry and gain that HP back, but it seems like that it's highly unlikely that this one is going in the favor of Team Celestials. Players are falling down. Beautiful pick. Aspect finds River, but Wave gets a 3k. One last individual. The Fade running towards B, at least to get the plant.
Just not gonna be looking that good for him either, Swag. He's gonna be able to find the plant at the bare minimum though. Just perfect for him. Thanking those lucky stars at this point for anything. It is not going to be that simple. Wall coming through to allow Yash to have a bit more of a timing to play with, but Swag is gonna be good for one, but Wave instantly is gonna be able to turn it all around. That's the flame wall for you, ladies and gentlemen, now being utilized. This is what you would love to see. All of these players, they're going to be trying a lot of very unique things from now on because of how well Phoenix as a duelist is now kind of an all-rounder when you think about it too, Raider. Exactly. The way that you could play him, he can be a controller, he can be an initiator.
Yeah.
And he's a duelist as well, all at the same boat. Like, what can't Phoenix do? He's like a jack of all trades.
Yeah, man. But look at those region shields that have been brought out from Wave, Dogzer, and Ultra River. Okay, Wave switches back to the OG. Full shield. But those region shields, even if you sustain a damage, 25 HP will be back, 25%. 25 is something which is valuable. It's like a half shield acting for you. Alarm bot. They do gain the info that it's an overcommitment coming in from A mains. That means the east side is a little bit vulnerable, and they're going to utilize the same fracture. But oh, Yash finds Gunner. Prowler's coming through, but Fade is gone as well. River, he gets compromised. Aspect, that was a beautiful frag. Spike is down. They'll get it back into their control. But it's a battle, a 3v4 battle to be honest. Won't be an easy one to deal with. Aspect with that Konami has shown a lot of times. what is his capability. But the best part is, in Pearl, you can rotate all you want. But in order to enter a particular site, you are going to get contested from one way or the other. Icarus is the one which is holding off right now, but this smoke, it is going to give them the opportunity to just go back alley and eventually switch to the CT spawn. Are they going to do that? Or are they going to contest? Astra, Phoenix in front. Phoenix finds a value. Wave gets one down. Yash retaliates, gets a 3k for the team. It all trickles down to what KJ can do, and Spike has been dropped at a very iffy spot. It's right there under the siege of the CT teams. Oh my god, Dogsa finds the last one. There you go. Defenders won. Equalize the stand. It's 2-2.
Yeah, this is just difficult for them to play out on. Asterisk. They now have a proper read on the map, especially with the better weapons that they do have. They're forcing the members of Celestials now into a very uncomfortable spot as well. With map control now being highly contested for the members of Asterisk, they're just really running around and doing whatever the hell they want on the map. As long as Yash and Wave are allowed.
Revealing area. Watch your eyes.
Oh my god. The barrel was visible. Swag didn't make a mistake this time. Finds a good value for the team. Swag is on a roll at this point. Wants to get a little bit more of a value. But Aztecs, they just completely are in shambles. This was not the round that they wanted to lose, but it seems like that they're highly likely to. Breaking all the nanoswarms, all the trips and all. Then he wants to get an entry. Toxicrene has been upright. A stun comes through in order to avoid the plant. Sinks. A haunt. Will give up the info. Whoa! That was good, Icarus. It's a 2v2.
I need blocking vision.
Oh my god, the whole advantage that was there is pretty much done now. But look at Aspect, he's wrapping them from the CD spawn. Finds one, will he get the two?
What?
Oh man, he came so far, but Swag, he started it off. He'll gonna end up winning the round for the team as well.
Yeah, River really didn't take that opportunity to tuck himself back in towards elbow either. Good try, but at the end of the day, it just meant that Swag played that better. He knew the timing for it, plus with the swing that he went for, it would have been very difficult for anyone to hit in that scenario. I do believe that River, at that exact instant, expected Swag to not even swing, possibly go in for a rotation, but
There.
kind of risk and these kind of mind games is where the game of Valorant is at. And
They're blind with fear.
wait, for some reason the Fowler didn't get the first player that was on the angle either. And now Wave. It's gonna be waiting. Flash in hand, ready to go in for the top. No real player yet to be spotted here. Still has another flash to play with. For them, it's all about the timing. They're not going to be risking much, giving up the zone control as they know that their defenders are going to be wasting a lot of utility to try and clear out all of their metals. It's all about the mind games at this stage. It's the wait for them.
Recovering it.
They in, but overall, team setup, they're looking perfect, to say the very least. 50 seconds left of the clock, and the members of Celestials are yet to take a key portion of the map under their control.
Deploying drone.
Icarus denies the entry that easily, but Aspect and Sinks, look at them popping off. Dogsa finds one more. 3v3 now. Arakas KJ locked down, but there you go, Dogsa. Unfortunate for him. Hindi finds back. And Benny is the one who's going to go for a plant. Beautiful fake. That lockdown is obviously going to attract a lot of attention from the sides of defenders, but the plant will happen on B. Toxicrene upright. And pretty easily. There's a plant. And it's done for long. Getting a diffusal on it is just not going to be that easy. KJ trying to enter through mid. There might be a real battle between them. River, a sheriff in the hand. Aspect with a vandal. Highly unlikely that this one is going under the banner. Team Asterix. Just a bulldog to perform with. Curveball, trying to enter, trying to get insides, but nobody is right there holding. Now with that info being revealed, Aspect is also the one who is moving in, trying to pin down the players.
One enemy
And I think
remaining.
Astra will go down for sure. Yeah, there you go. Through the smoke, random pre-fires, and Bindi finds the third frag as well.
Really need much to give yourself a very significant advantage. It's a asterisk. He's showcasing that bots can lead here. And I like the idea of the Phoenix, but the overall executes have been a little bit lackluster. They can use that Phoenix to be a lot more aggressive in their overall control, but haven't yet that. But a little bit of a tad bit here. Fun fact. Yash has been a standout player in the TEC Showdown Series Season 6, boasting a KDA of 113 to 99. He is a player that you guys do really need to watch out for. We saw that in that last game, but seemingly Wave, they just want to take that spot. The run and back is causing some damage. He's going to be able to find multiple. And Wave, he's looking for even more. Flash across, taking the aggressive duel. He's looking for the fight, and he should be able to take it. Flashes across, hot hands in hand, and he's just gonna keep on going. This is the aggression, ladies and gentlemen, coming in from Asterisk. They had the read, and they are not gonna give anything up for free.
What a beautiful play. Utilized the run it back, got Jet down, then Astra was the next. Obviously, beautiful play coming in from his corner. Beautiful usage of hot hands and the curveballs. At the end, this was a big statement coming in from Asterisk that we're not going to let it go that easily. And look at the attackers. They crippled economy. Just some sheriffs and a bulldog in the hand. They're willing to fight back, but is it going to happen? An ultimate available from the sides of Asterix, and it's going to be the Astral Divide. Same goes for Team Celestial as well, but they do have Viper Spit. They can utilize it. One down maybe? No, he misses a lot in this one. Dogzer finds a value finally, but Bindi is going to instantaneously put him to sleep. Yash! Beautiful wall bankable headshot coming in from his corner as well. Aspect goes down, the sentinel is out, so no more backstabs.
Ouch!
That's gonna hurt.
Slap. Not gonna be able to retrieve the weapon though, so still at that same boat with Gunnar being the only one who has the blade storm player. Any noise made pretty much will be the thing that breaks them apart. Wave is going to be able to find the first kill. He's looking for more, but Gunnar able to get the trade-offs. 44 seconds left on the clock. They need to be patient towards the opposite side. Timing is key for all of it. Gunnar, he's second-guessing himself here.
30
You
seconds left.
find ample amounts of information, but look at the position he's coming in from River. As long as he's alive and kicking, he can even walk into the Viper Spit if he wants to. He has the timing for it all. He's able to see it happen. He's crossing the bound, but Gunnar! He had the read. And the spam coming in from Icarus was not enough to give him the edge. The twitchiness of Gunnar is what keeps the hopes and dreams alive for the members of Celestials.
Last player standing.
Icarus, for the timing, he was able to find one, but Bindi just immediately answers back with his own. 3 to 5, ladies and gentlemen, as the Celestials, they still have a lot of fight left in them.
All it took was a Viper Spit. And there you go. Team Asterix is in shambles right now. I think in this particular fight, Icarus did something wonderful. But other than that, there was a good chance that Sinks could have actually fought back. But yeah guys, another fun fact. Sinks from Celestial Esports leads the team with a KD of 94, 92 and 15 and an ACS of 206 in the TEC Showdown Series Season 6, consistently delivering the clutch plays for the team. That is good. I mean, we can clearly see how Sinks is effective, but obviously we have usually seen him a lot, specifically playing initiators, lately switching to controller. I don't know how much of a value it is going to bring to the table, but so far it definitely feels that he is bringing the value, getting a lot of picks. The plant will happen probably. Phoenix is out there trying to get a frag. Will not be that easy.
Wave is going to be able to find it though. Utilize a good chunk of utility in the process. They need to be careful of how they play this. Sings! He gets the double kill, but that is just not going to be enough. Last tad bits here already. The Killjoy's position yet to reveal. They don't know exactly where she is, but they're able to get the read right at the very end. Icarus
Scanning
swings
ahead.
out for the final frag. 4-5, ladies and gentlemen. Zastrik answer back in kind, and even if Celestials are able to take one round, just completely vanishes at that very last second as the hit comes through.
Alarm bot out.
Celestials, though, they are playing wonderfully being on that attacking side. Yeah, a lot of people are going to say that Pearl is a little bit more of an attacker favored map because of how fast you can go in for executes on one person, and due to the sheer size of the map, it's very hard to go in for rotations, but it's still difficult to play those attacks on a double controller setup. And the overall strength of the team is just going to double as soon as they play on the defensive side.
Here.
I can say the same for the sides of Asterix as well, because whenever they are going to switch their gears and be there in the second half as duelist, Phoenix can be absolutely amazing with those curveballs. Jet, Yash already has been effective. Wave so far has done something amazing for the team as well. Icarus finds a good value. 69 gunner has been put down. Icarus, beautiful sentinel for the team. Always on the right angle, getting some good values. There you go, Doxer finds one more. Now here is the real trouble. Swag, is he going to go down? There's a big possibility, but no, the timing! When he spots him, shuts him away. A backup that was much needed for Swag, otherwise the spike could have been dropped and the player with it.
There's a lot of free space now. Wave, he has no idea where Swag is. He expected Swag to be on the angle of Art, but because of that instant rotation coming through for all the members, going to the opposite side. Yes, I understand you wanted to play from A main, but if one smoke comes up and a pole right in front, you are kind of stuck in coral swings. He fell into that trap. And one by one, they're just running into the awaiting arms of Wave and River. Both of them are just going to be able to mow them down piece by piece. And now the members of Celestials, they don't have enough money to go in for buys. Being forced under an eco on a situation like this where 7-5 scoreline is their possibility. They're in a tough spot.
Oh yeah. Let's hope for the best. 5-5 is the scoreline. Defenders are seeking for a 7-5 scoreline right now, but what about the attackers? They need one more to just equalize. 6-6 is the ideal scoreline for them on the attack half, I believe. But if they can get more, that's some added bonus. I don't think so they're going to get this one in their favor, to be specific, because of the fact that they don't have some good economy and they're playing on Mayor Sheriffs. Curveball, but the players are going to evade those flashes. Windy! Look at this guy. Wave goes down. Now Yash, he's the one who needs to pick up the pace. That Vandal, which is dropped. Swag wants to get it. Is he going to get it? He might. He might. He did. There you go. Swag has got the Vandal as well. Trouble awaits. I thought that maybe this round is going in the favor of Asterisk, but it seems like that Aspect and his teammates, they do have some different plans.
Let's see how weird this is going to go to this River. He's awaiting a chance to try and play into this one. As soon as he sees anyone getting close on the angle, this is going to change how they're going to play into this. River has an extra star that he can play with. That's all for them. A waiting game, and River somehow, regardless of the situation, he was all by himself, but he still finds a frag. He does die. That's perfect. The overall retake still looks to be a possibility. Icarus in a precarious position of his own. Sinks is going to be able to find value here with that Sheriff. A big frag for him. The gun yet to be retrieved. Not in the best of spots, but regardless of it, Asterix, I don't think they're going to be able to take this round away. 6-6 could be a possibility, or even a 7-5 half favoring the members of Celestials.
Celestials. After Haven, they definitely do look strong. Whatever was going wrong, to be specific, the util game, it's looking a tad bit better from the sides of Celestials right now. And the reason could be double controller as well. They can easily push in some smoke, some toxic screens, and Vapor Spirit every now and then are being beneficial. Once again, I believe Sinks is going to utilize that dimensional, that astral divide to create that dimensional division and make sure to divide the map in half, get that value for the team. Controller playing completely away from rest of the individuals, acting like a sentinel. And since he's also one of those individuals who loves to change his roles, play as per the team's requirement, that's exactly what he is going to do once again. Smokes will be available for them. River is falling back. That leaves A side wide open.
I need to see how far this is going to go to. So for now, the A side looks to be a side that they are expecting to play into. The members of Celestial opting for those rotations already. They have space. They have a good amount of room to play around with. Zekarus. Venus, where's the mid turn? This all depends on how long this rotation is gonna take. This is a calm before the storm, but at the same time, Celestials,
Here,
you don't
30
really have the
seconds
map
left.
control, and the spike is in such a precarious spot as well. Where do you want to take this entry? Is this gonna be a B hit? Through mid, they're opting for a fake all the way around. This is perfect. Plan was good, and they're gonna be able to run all the way through. But because of the timing, Wave's already in position. He has the ultimate in hand, and he's gonna be able to waste so much time. It depends on the kills, though. At this stage, Yash is gonna be able to find the first. As long as they're able to deny the spike plant, this could have been perfect, but that is not really a requirement. Shots just need to connect now. Good plays overall, but Swag still alive and kicking to deal even more damage. Swag looking for the ace, but River not giving it away for free. But Swag still is going to be able to find it. An ace for the fate of Celestial, ladies and gentlemen. Getting them over to the 7th round of the half. That's the beauty of it all. One mistake, one player,
Feeling generous?
and one smile from Swag, and you are going to see stars. As ASTERISK, they had the perfect read, they had the perfect plan, but Swag and his individual brilliance is something that cannot be matched.
Now the sides are switched. Let's see how much Asterisk is going to switch in terms of the points table, in terms of the leaderboard at this point, in terms of the frags, in terms of the rounds that they will win.
There.
Pistol round equally important for this side as well. But sitting on the defenders POV, I duly believe that Essex could have got more value.
Find you.
Small decisions that went wrong, definitely very costly for them. But River and Icarus, a sentinel and a controller, switching the gears towards A, trying to take some space over there. Meanwhile on B, Long as well. We do have two other individuals trying to get some space. And it's the Suwa with the spike as well. They have kind of forced their way in, but still not got an entry. They need to get at least 2 frags over there just to make a possible entry in their favor. But look at this. Pretty confused. Gunner and his teammate Swag. What next?
They're gonna need to utilize the space quickly. How deep the Viper's already playing on that angle. Plan to play with, but at the same time, Icarus is not going to be able to do much just yet. River, all the way in towards the side. I don't know exactly for what reason even. Because his team nowhere even ready to go in for the overall execute. Full of good bits of utility as Icarus has a bit of a timing. Yash does get a kill over onto Sinks.
30 seconds
And they're going to
left.
be able to make this entry happen. Wave gets a kill over towards Swag. Clears out the entirety of Dugout. Now they can go in for the extension. But the extension is done just by Icarus and no one else. Wait, what are you looking at, buddy? Your teammates are going to find Bindy's going to be able to take down Yash. They're all on the wrong side. What is happening to them?
Can they find few more value?
Standing.
Oh, they did. Wave shuts down Aspect. Curveball. And there you go. Finally, Wave with the 3K. Always, as I said, whenever the team demands, whenever they start faltering down, it's Wave who saves the day. Once again with a 3K in this special round. There you go, guys. 6-7. A bonus buy will be there in the favor of Asterisk. They will be eyeing to equalize the score at least. Obviously, they will need to save their individual buys in the bonus buy. Oh, Vandals. They've already invested heavy. Half shields and Vandals are coming through. Lack of brutals is not that much. Wave still has got everything that he needs. It's going to be a clear show of force on B side, I believe. Look at this. Everybody, all 5 individuals. The duelist, the controller, the initiator, whatever you want to see, it is right there. Checking different corners. Yash trying to pressurize. That's a good decision from Aspect as well to completely back out. Do not be that aggressive. Because he knows that there's a lethal force coming in front of him. They do have some good weapons. On Tar, Swag. Maybe another clutch moment from Swag? It could happen.
Not that simple because his team is still alive right behind him. Swag. So let him make things work as well. But as long as Wave is still very much alive here, it is not going to be that simple. Flash was perfect. River's going to be able to capitalize. That's what I meant. This is Phoenix for you now, ladies and gentlemen. Strength of this character plus the buff of the Phantom. Why would you not play a Phoenix? Phoenix's best weapon is the Phantom. And now that you can have that and a buffed up character, I do not see a reason why he cannot be a top 3 duelist for almost every map. We're going to be able to see it on the attack side.
Seven. And the way Asterix was able to win the previous round, there was not a lot of issue with their economical buys or not. They do have those 4 weapons already saved in, and Wave already once again reinvested and has got a full shield to work with. Once again, similar strategies where a Sentinel and the controller will be following their approach towards the A main, and the rest 3 will be pushing on the different side. His ultimate also coming in from Phoenix, trying to possibly get at least 1 or 2 value. Will he get? He did! Swag goes down, the Igel has been slayed.
Gonna need to get even more spacing going. Chris takes out Aspect as well. And one by one, they're just running things down on this attack side. The attack is where the map of Pearl really seems to be clicking for both of these teams. Celestials. He really needed this one to work for them. Doctor! He spotted out the gun barrel, but Gunner, this twitchiness is just so difficult to try and break out through. Unless you have that perfect read, you're just not going to be able to do much. Bindi still will be a problem. Ultra Instinct level of performances from him. That is on the regular, but Wave not giving much away. Utilizing his strengths to just find these trades, and for now, Asterix don't really have much to worry about. Yeah, Bindi may be getting 1 kill, but after that 1 kill, because of the crossfire setup, he's not easily going to be able to find anything more. What's he done? Members of Asterix can run the round.
8-7 finally a lead from Asterix. Took them long enough. Now, obviously the buy for Celestial is going to be a little bit more challenging. A tactical timeout. Interesting. That's pretty much needed. Going back to the drawing board, figuring out what is going wrong from the last 3 rounds is pretty important. But I think what's going right for the sides of Asterix is that double duelist composition with that initiator. Phoenix always on power. Wave just getting a lot of value. Yash every now and then with those dashes and effective aim. I shut down his opponents a lot. Meanwhile, the KJ and Astra, they're also finding some good values on A-main. So all in all, the approach is really working out for Asterix, but they can be predictable, which Celestial can be beneficial with. They have double control, a composition, a duelist, an initiator, and a sentinel to work with. But this tactical timeout, what do you think, Aggressive, it is going to change?
The main thing that this will change is the way that Celestials are playing their defensive side. They are trying to be a little bit too passive in their overall approach, and they need to be a bit more proactive. This is kind of the thing that a lot of teams need to understand. On the defensive side, you can no longer play reactively unless you have a Cypher with a cam setup that gives you the information to play reactively. If your Cypher cam gets destroyed, or if your Cypher cam gets information on any portion of the map, then you utilize your utility to try and cut them off before they can even go in for a full-scale exploit. That's called the reactive level of play in Valorant in this current meta. You just cannot play defensively anymore. Because as soon as you start playing defensive, your opponents just get so much free space for themselves, and they have the utility necessary to break into the site. There's too many variables that you need to consider on this particular map. You don't want to be in that ballpark at all, especially on this particular map.
Concealment, blasting them.
Pushing in deep on A. Now finally changing the directions to B. There's a pull. Swag. That Sheriff can be effective, but it seems like that the plant is already done. And from here, the trouble awaits. Wave, Yash, they get 2. Gunner. Is he trying to get some weapon? But look at Bendy and Zenix HP. Super low.
One enemy remaining.
A stun, but River will sum them up. Bladestorm activated. Oh, that curveball. That's good. Shock dart, and to end it all, a flawless round coming in from Asterix. Back and forth. Asterix is finally finding their way back. 4 back-to-back rounds in their favor. Nothing to really open up in the second half from Celestials.
We're gonna need to wait and see how this is gonna go for them. Celestials, they have taken that pause, and I'm hoping that they are trying to take a little bit more of an initiative now, because their team is falling into a very significant trap where none of the game plans for them is working, and because of the amount of utility that Asterisk have and the raw pressure of this double duelist, it's just breaking things down for them, and they're not able to fight any form of.
Careful now.
Wave now pushing in, hot hands being utilized. Jet dashes away in the cloudburst. They've taken the control of the site. Mount has been destroyed. Wants to go for the wall bangable shots, but will not happen. Aspect on the other corner brings out the Odin. Even Odin has been nerfed, I believe. The accuracy. While crouching and running. It has changed. But the plant has happened. 3v4.
Azora will be sad.
I agree. But Bendy still finds Icarus. That's beautiful. Bendy goes down. Wave finds one more. Swag. Wave. What is he
Such a
going to do?
dangerous player to deal with. He can't even take the swing anymore for old Wave. He can't really do much.
Is that important?
And Swag just always has his buddy's angles covered. That running back was utilized a little bit too hastily. He could have played for the flash more, or even tried to play out for information by jumping across, but none of that was being played on here. Swag, man, as long as he's still alive late into the round, you cannot do anything right. It's a nuisance that you have to bring down with your entire team before he gets into a 1v1.
Barriers out. Big investment.
You are
47
divided.
credits. But there comes the Astral Divide. And a stun as well. Gets the info of where the player is. Saying still finds value. Wave has been taken away.
See ya.
Oh my god, Gunner. That was beautiful. The plant will happen. But at what cost? You have lost 2 individuals, sorry. And Icarus also goes down. Sings finds River as well. Last man standing. Doctor still fights back. He is taking some frags. He won't go far. That's what I believe. 8 HP. There you go. Swag sums it up. Just like the previous round. This one also goes in the name of Celestials. As this, there was a fun run for them. Back-to-back 4 rounds under their control. But it seems like that it's high time. Celestials, they have taken the control now.
They have set up this buddy system well. They understand that, hey, if Celestials want... sorry, not Celestials. If the members of Asterisk want to play that aggressively for map
Anyone
control,
feeling generous?
then we are going to retaliate with a little bit more utility than usual. For Celestials to not really have anything when it comes to the overall post-plan situation. Because of it, Celestials, they're getting a lot more different opportunities. Plus, at the same time, you can see that their timing has changed drastically. They are trying to go in for a retake
Find you.
as soon as they're running into the site, and they're not allowing them to get into establishments.
Nowhere to run.
Small change in detail is allowing Celestials to hit. Bouncer finds the hit over onto one player, down over onto 80. Aspect
destroyed.
shuts down Wave early. Not really a position that you want your Phoenix to die in. But Icarus is able to answer back in kind. A 1-for-1 trade coming in from either side. That's a full reset, but you lost out your Phoenix on a very key part of the map. Having art would have been crucial for the attackers, and now they have to go in blind. That's one part of the map. Could just be their kryptonite, but at the same time, with Dugout under full control and Swag in pretty much a one-and-done angle, I don't think Yash even spotted him. No one's clearing the spike! Yash!
I have the spike.
Would have gone so badly. But at the end, Yash comes in for retaliation and save.
Spike planted.
Last player standing.
Oh my god, Sinks. Things are not looking a little bit good for the sides of Asterix as they are failing. Wave got countered and then eventually Yash. He dashed his way in. I think he could not have checked that angle because he was dashing. He was trying to like get an insight of if somebody is in front of
he
him.
could have.
Dashed right into the cloud burst. He could have just checked on the right, maybe a little bit. Got that inside, got that ping on the map. Yeah, never mind. 10-9. And once again, it feels like that Celestials have taken the control. And where was this control in the first map? In Haven, they were just in shambles. Right now, it looks they're a little bit more composed.
Here.
They know what they're doing. They know how to put their opponent down. And once again, similar things will follow. Where Gunner can be beneficial with this op.
Get out of my way.
Gonna need to try and play this one here. River.
Still waiting.
The opposite of this. Icarus is gonna be able to find the first fight. Swag! A little bit presumptuous of you. He doesn't get caught out. Yash is gonna be able to find one more with the Bladestorm, and one by one, they just
Flawless.
able to win there. Honestly, I'll tell you one thing. Raider, they just won 1v1s, that's it. There was no strategy in this.
They just waited for their
I guess
opponent to
that's
come
what
in.
Valorant it sums up to at the end, right? You just have to win a 1v1 to win a round.
Honestly, yeah. A lot of rounds have happened like that, but is this op going down? They do have decent crits. Once again, they can reinvest for an op. But putting this op is equally important. Oh, look at that flying in the air. That's Jet for you. Oh, beautiful, Yash. That was a good shot coming in from his corner. A flawless win. Asterisk had some complaints regarding them. 3 back-to-back rounds in the favor of Celestials, but seems like that Asterisk will not slip away the control that they had. And trust me, guys, this map is very important for them because if Asterisk goes to the decider, things might be even more dicey because if I'm not wrong, it's split.
Just the insanity of it all. 10 to 10, but Celestials, they still have so many different ultimates that they can play with. This is a scary sight to see, and as soon as Celestials plays their cards for it all, it's going to be a problem. Gunner, his operator has been revealed. That's an instant run over towards the B side, but even then, that is not going to be that simple. Trying to brute force their way in, but as long as Sinks is still very much alive inside of the smoke, it's not going to be that simple. Sinks is able to get the worst kill. One more needs to be found. Spams across. But even then, it is not going to be that easy. Run it down through Bindi. Still in the corner. They need to clear him out. And River's going to be the one to do so. 3 versus 2 on the map. Killjoy lockdowns coming in from either side. They're just gonna need to hold. But Doxter in a very precarious situation of his own. Able to catch out the operator into the open. But Gunner is able to live. Surviving at the nick of time. Swings across. A dangerous prospect for Aspect. Now Gunner, with only an operator in his hand, swings in, and it's going to be Icarus with the better timing and utility usage to make it work. 11 to 10, ladies and gentlemen. Asterix, they are living and they are thriving.
He was just waiting for that shot to come. He knew that the weapon is not going to be usable anymore. Swing at the right time. But even before that, if you see Gunner, he was super impressive. And that was a good idea from the other Sentinel as well. He wanted to swing.
Aspect was this was the best play that you could have made. This was like 100% going to guarantee you a round win. But good God, he missed the shot.
Yeah. Icarus didn't even have a weapon in his hand. Now he has. Let's see if he's going to find something valuable. But yeah, guys, with that round loss, obviously the economical disadvantage is going to be pretty crystal clear.
You are divided.
And I don't think so they're going to force their way in for the economy. And Astral Divide once again, the attackers are in. Yash. Let's see what value he gets. Plant has to happen. It's for long. The plant is done. Astra is stunned. Oh my god, from back! 69 Gunner, he finds two
Hear
big
him.
My ult is
frags. Gunner! All thanks to that Astral Divide, nobody had that idea.
As Gunner is still
Oh,
alive,
easy.
this is gonna be a problem. Gunner with the Blade Storm, man. In the map of Haven, he pulled off a miracle like this, and he is still gonna be able to do the same when it comes down to the map of Pearl. Gunner just ran all the way from mid onto the flank just because of the Astral Divide. No one could hear him making that full rotation. He just had that perfect element of surprise.
Yeesh. That was not something that I expected. Now that both the sides have buys, Gunner has got that op once again online. I don't know. Asterix, it's gonna be difficult for them to win this one. They need to at least go for 12 so that they can bring that OT in. But if you see their defensive half, it's not at all looking good. Ops going in, trying to put down Icarus.
You're dead.
Gunner. And here comes the ultimate as well. Let's see. Phoenix is going to find something. No. They just completely backed out. They were like, yeah, let your
Need to rotate.
ult run out.
Yeah, they gave away a good amount of space, but Asterisk just didn't really get a lot of value from that space at all now, did they? Yash, I don't like that! But Sings, he poked out his gun barrel right at the very end, or Yash just opted for a spam. You didn't really get to see exactly what happened there, but huge kill over from one side, but Gunner, he doesn't really have a tailwind to get himself out of this anymore. A 2-for-1 trade. This is not what you want to see. Celestials, they're close to it, but getting close is just not going to be enough. Turret's still in hand as well if they want to play for it. Wait!
Yeah, Igel wants to save the day again. Icarus, there's a backstab that is coming your way. Is he going to check that? Has no idea about it. Oh no, alarm bot was there. Sorry, my bad. Oh, beautiful pick out there. Switches back to Vandal. Poison orb being utilized, nano swarms activated. Viper Spit, there you go. That's how you do it. A pull. Oh, unfortunately, Yash spots him with the help of that pull. And there you go, a 3k for Icarus. 12 to 11. Asterix, they bring this to either an OT or a win for themselves, as they're already on the map point and the series points for themselves. One step ahead always.
You're gonna need to find this at every turn. Last hurdle that they need to cross. They have two very big ultimates to play into as well. A lot of people can say, what are you gonna do with the Blade Storm? But honestly speaking, that one Blade Storm can really change the tides of a battle of how you want to go in for an overall execute. Plus, with the Hunter's Fury in hand, your post plans and your overall site control changes drastically. And Yash tried to be the aggressive one here. Wants to try to take this fight. He should be able to. Living is key. Yash! Don't play it risky as long as your team is alive and kicking. They are in the perfect of situations. Sinks able to find value, full control. Ultimate is perfect, giving them ample amounts of space and a kill to play with. And Swag is the one to die. The clutch master for the team that was causing all of the problems for the members of Asterisk. He's gonna be the one to bite the dust. Now someone else, a hero, needs to step onto the plate. Will be the hero of this story. It's not gonna be Mindy. The Ultra Instinct. It's not gonna be Six. It's not gonna be the Clutches. It's not gonna be anyone. Asterisk, they take a clean sweep victory for that last round. 13 to 11. They did God's work on that last round using Yash as full-on bait. They wanted everyone to focus on Yash. Then they just ran into the site.
Man. Yeah. Just came in, took the control. Even after the Astral Divide was there, they were still able to be effective. See, from the other side, if you see, there was a plan that they can divide and eventually conquer. They were trying to isolate individuals. Never really happened. And all thanks to what the Sova did. Doxer. That ultimate coming in from his corner was absolutely amazing. A united move from their sides was not working, so this time they decided to kind of bifurcate their approach, isolate their opponents, and then shut them down. But yeah, guys, talks up. Finding swag out, putting their clutch master away. That was a good move.
That's exactly how you're meant to play as well. But think about it, the overall plan was so well done because Yash already made the call, right? That players were coming in from mid versus right. They wanted to funnel everyone towards that one narrow margin so that Doctor, as soon as he got into position right behind that pillar, could have used a straight line Hunter's Fury to get everything. There is no way that you can dodge from that position, and even if you're able to dodge one of the Hunter's Fury, you still have to worry about 2 more shots that the Sova can punch into you from that. Swag died, basically mean that now they can no longer go for a free retake. They don't have recons anymore. Anyone that takes a free swing, either he wins that 50-50 duel, otherwise you're putting so much pressure on your players just for one particular player towards mid. They did not take Sova's ultimate into consideration of what could happen if they play in an animal. It was a well-played round by the
I agree. Stakes were high, I mean, which was 12-11 already, and we have already seen that if OT comes on the defensive up, the lack of having that controller and double duelist in the team could have costed them the game as well. So winning this map was very, very important for the sides of Asterisk, as they have already dropped down to the lower bracket. But from here, the journey for Celestial, it is pretty much going to end. It was a fun run for them as well, both in Haven and eventually in Pearl. They were super satisfying. The plays there they were trying to build 13-11, that's the best score that you can have. Not bringing the OT, but at the same point, getting so close to it that you're always on the edge of your seats. That was amazing.
They played their hearts out. All the strategies that we're trying to implement, they were really adapting to a lot of the plays that were being utilized as well by the members of Asterisk. You could see that the team was ever evolving compared to what they were in map number 1, where it was just that one stagnant play that they were trying to do. They took advantages of a lot of the openings that were being left by Asterisk as well. They tried to cut off their timing, they tried to surprise, and of course the individual performances from all their players, such as Gunner and of course Swag. It was all there, but the thing is, the adaptability just came to a halt right at the very end. They didn't really know what to do when it really mattered to them. Those last 2 rounds where everything, that's where the team really started. Hopefully, I don't know how to put this, that as a team, Celestials, they are not really there just yet, but they have that spark of really becoming one of the great teams after putting in a lot more effort and a lot more hours. Because this one particular VOD had so many mistakes from them, yes, but they did so many good things as well. As soon as they're able to replicate it moving on down the line, that's where they're really going.
Let's hope for the best, because yeah, as you rightly called it out, Celestial as a team particularly functioned good in this map of Pearl. But now let's have a look at the crucial moments as well, so that we can briefly talk about how it all happened. I mean, the chaos that Celestial brought while they were the attackers was amazing, winning the pistol round and then shutting their opponents away in a lot more rounds than that. Like 7-5 was the ideal scoreline if I'm not wrong, and even a knife frag was also there from Swag. So Swag really outdid himself on this map, honestly.
Just done so well. You could see that structure for the team was present right at the very beginning. Both teams went back and forth when it came down to the overall rounds. It was no one team that were going to be able to take the victory, not even at any point. Plus, don't forget, they used the buffed up Phoenix as well. The Phoenix did find ample amounts of value in a lot of instances. The curveballs were able to find instances where they were able to completely utilize that one flash to take over space. One of the biggest things that we didn't really see though was the proper utilization of that flame wall. The flame wall was kind of left as a secondary notion that they were not utilizing to catch a lot of space for themselves. Don't forget, now that the flame wall can go through other walls, give you a lot more openings, you have that opportunity to utilize it as another smoke pretty much. You can utilize it as a neon wall that can go through other walls. That's the perks of it, but in a lot of places, the fact that Wave didn't really utilize it, he left a lot on the table. And that is where you could see that Celestials, they were trying to come on top of it from. In every instance where we expected the members of Asterisk to just take that victory away, no, you could see that Celestials, they had a counter for it. They had an answer with their own utility. But time and time again,
Exactly.
ASTERISK that just won their duels. Like, that's the thing. They won this game at the end because they just had better aim. I don't know how else to put it.
Better aim and better timing at the same point, because they were timing their attack in the later half. We got to see like they were just showcasing their trigger discipline. They were waiting for their opponents to make some mistake, and Celestial did many in that period, like utilizing the tailwind pretty quickly. Icarus on the other corner, look at this, he just ran in. Obviously that alarm bot were able to give them the info. But even this round particularly, if you talk about it, the 23rd round, I thought for a moment that Viper Split is going to save the day for them, but eventually you walk right in and there's a stun that is in effect. You still walk right into it, get spotted, get taken down. And that's how things pretty much wrapped up for the sides of Celestials. So they started pretty good. The economical advantages were super high in a lot of rounds. Anyway guys, the scoreboard is going to tell us that ASTERISK is the winner of this map as well, with a 13-11 scoreline, round difference of 2. Phoenix, that means Wave, is the one who is going to be the MVP, but MVP of the series is something that I really am eyeing for, because if you see, Wave was there with 27 frags, but at the same point, Yash is not that far behind with 23 of his own.
Just at very least, the Celestials, all of them really did put in the effort for this particular map, but relied a little bit too much on their individual performance. Together as a team, they have to do, but going back to the board is not a bad thing, because they're the experience that they needed to really take that next step forward. But for ASTERISK, it's just a show of Wave and Yash. Yeah, dogs are here and there, but he's the utility guy, and River as well. Just performed phenomenally, being the backbone for the team and the anchor that they need. But for now, just gonna need to hold for now.
Aspect, Gunner, all of them, they also tried their level best, and in a lot of fights we got to see like Aspect pulling off some beautiful values. But anyway guys, let's talk about the MVP of the map. It's gonna be Wave from ASTERISK, and with 27 kills, 16 deaths and 6 assists is justified. First kills are 5. Playing on that Phoenix, this guy was pretty phenomenal, no doubt in that, bringing that agent which has been out of the context for a lot of time, for a long period of time to be honest, but finally bringing that agent back, utilizing it the way it needs to be, with a total damage of more than 4500 and a headshot percent of 19%. It was a good one. No doubt the opponents gave a tough competition to him, but at the end Wave was the one who outshined everybody else.
Yeah, Yash being the MVP of the series, not really that big of a surprise. Yes, of course, Wave did perform his heart out on map number 2, but Yash kind of stole the show in a lot of instances. His Blade Storms were just phenomenal, to say the very least, and the way that he was able to coordinate with Wave, allowing him to do a lot of the things that he did, is what really gave them that edge. Later on down the line, if they want to keep on utilizing that Phoenix, I hope to see that the Jet now smokes for the Phoenix, so that the Phoenix can jump inside of the smoke, get a lot more better curveballs going for himself. That's a lot more difficult to dodge. At the end of the day, don't forget, it's all about creativity in the game of Valorant. The way that you utilize those flashes, the way that you can bring in a lot of change. And I do believe that this dynamic duo of Yash and Wave, moving on down the line, could just be that next big thing, and could be that missing piece on that formula that they really needed to change up their playstyle just enough so that the Grand Finals title could really be theirs.
Well, they are for the grabs. Now they have qualified to the lower bracket round 3. They do have the fight for survival still going on, because there are going to be many more interesting teams who are going to drop to that lower bracket. But yeah guys, Celestial, their run is pretty much done, and whenever we talk about lower brackets, similar things will happen. Obviously one of the teams which are contesting are going to go out of the competition. So far this whole season is looking absolutely amazing. We have seen a lot of cutthroat matches, we have seen a lot of changes in playstyle and all. But guys, this is the match number 1. Don't worry, lower bracket still has got one more match. Round 2 action will be resumed at 3 PM. Stay tuned guys for that. But this is the Esports Club Presents Showdown Series Season 6 of Valorant, powered by Crystal by Micron. Our GP partner is Zotac Gaming, and our media partner is Gossip.gg. Stay tuned, because 3 PM will be another action-packed day, and an action-packed hour, honestly.
Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. Her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. With eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42, 42, 42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. Paired with a Ryzen 7800X 3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.